Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Torslander in our FM19 Journeyman, where we are currently in hot form. 5 wins out of 6 so far this season, and as you can see here from the player ratings, we are playing some beautiful football. 7.78 for Anton Salahu, a 7.42 for Foroholm Lemborn, a 7.62 for William Lanholm, even a goalkeeper's on a 7.22, and he was a bit of a question mark at the start of the season. But there was a bigger question mark that's sort of been hanging over us this entire time, and that is the players have sort of been kicking up a little bit of a fuss about something to do with our managerial support, and I've figured out the cause, and it's essentially what I speculated earlier. If you can see here, you see that your reputation is quite low in relation to your players, and it's making the managerial support poor. Now, the dressing room atmosphere is actually very good, and the match cohesion is an average, it's pretty decent. But yeah, it's just simply the fact that our reputation is a bit low. Now, I'm doing some things to try and combat this. Most importantly, I'm getting the next level of our coaching licenses. So we got the National C license while we were at Berwick. We're now getting the National B license, which is pretty solid, really, all around. Hopefully, once that comes in, we can see this improve a little bit, but it's mostly reputation-based. If we keep winning games, this is just going to go up. I mean, obviously, we didn't start with anything, and then we had a really poor season at Berwick, or half a season at Berwick. So we're sort of still having to earn our respect of our players, which is perfectly fair, to be honest. So, we're rolling out with the same team today in the game against Asariska Turbadin IK. I don't know. It's difficult to say, okay? So, yeah, exactly the same starting 11 with the same 7 substitutions, because we are playing brilliantly and there is no need at all to change it. Why would we change it? It's going brilliantly. So as you can see, 4-2-3-1 for them here, and it's a good formation, it has to be said, but I'm hoping we can see them off. Only the one face here, Elkman. We know nothing. We know absolutely nothing about him, despite the fact we had a scout report I just saw, but it doesn't matter. Keep our run going and win this match. Once again, Salahu loves it. I love you too, Salahu. So, let's get stuck into the game and hopefully keep this run of form going. We have a corner then, early into the game. Skoog is going to take. He plays it deep to Jonathan Olsen. Back out wide to Skoog. He puts in the cross. It's cleared. Skoog back in possession. Cross again. It's off the head of Avdiyu. And less than 5 minutes into the game, we take the lead. Avdiyu with his 3rd of the season. The cross coming in from Skoog. I don't know why he's on corners, but we've scored twice like this season already. I'm just going to keep it. It's just kind of working. You don't change something that's working. It's a good cross by him. It has to be said. It's straight into the head of Avdiyu, who heads it in calmly. It's a brilliant time to take a 1-0 lead, and yeah, loving it. Goal kick for them then. Wilher lumps it up, and we seem to win it the possession, although I'm not sure. They launch a long ball forward. Elkman on the ball. Or Ekman? I think I pronounced his name wrong earlier, but he does shoot over the bar. Anton Olsen picks up a bit of an injury there. He is seeming to recover quite quickly, though. He's pretty much already caught up to everybody else. Doesn't seem to be a major concern. The only issue is we don't have too much depth at ball-winning midfielder, so that could be a worry in the future. Skoog puts the ball forward. Wilner claims, and he is now holding on to it. What will he do from here? He pumps it up. Can we win it? We can. Eriksson, Foroholm Lemborn, played through to Avdiyu, the goal scorer for this game, knocked back. We play it around quite nicely. We've been playing some really nice football as we pump it up. Avdiyu heads on to Salahu, plays it across to Jonathan Olsen. Fundel Ryberg, can he find a cross? He can. Salahu on the ball, and he bags his 8th of the season. Nods it in again, another header. It's a good ball in from Fundel Ryberg, and I just cannot complain. I have literally no complaints about this team right now. We're playing absolutely liquid football. It's a beautiful cross. Salahu beats the defender to the header straight into the back of the net. I'm absolutely loving this. This is beautiful. Just for those of you that missed it, we were expected to finish 9th, and we're just battering everyone in front of us. It's amazing. I've never had something go so well so early into managing a team after going so badly at Berwick. It's beautiful. Avdiyu now on the ball. We're looking to work another attack here. Foroholm Lemborn, Eriksson, Olsen. Avdiyu's brought down. No foul though. Anton Olsen manages to pick it up and we look to work it again. Jonathan Olsen, Anton Eriksson, Foroholm Lemborn. Salahu strikes! 9th goal of the season. Assist by Foroholm Lemborn. And it's It's beautiful. I'm literally running out of positive ways to describe what we're doing here. This is some of the most fun I've had playing Football Manager in years. Like, I never imagined this would go so well. Like, you know, when I was picking the teams, there was a legitimate debate between this and another team in the Swedish fourth tier. I am so glad we picked Torslander. It is just... It's so good. We're just so good. I feel like I'm saying the exact opposite as I was with Beric, where we were just rubbish. We're just so good. And it has to be said, Salahu on an 8.7 is a massive part of that. But also, everyone behind him, just the synergy between the midfield, they all just seem to know where each other are, and the passing is beautiful. I pressed page up and it broke everything. Oops. Yeah, I'm very pleased with your performance. They're all delighted, extremely delighted. Let's get stuck into the second half and hopefully see more of the same. This is the second game in a row where we've been leading 3-0 at half-time. It's absolutely incredible. Free kick for us then. Bergman plays it out to Landholm. Can we find a fourth goal? Jonathan Olsen through to Avdiu. Can we find another pass? No, he is tackled. They now are on the ball. Adjel's on it. Plays it in. Djokovic. That's not even a hard name to say. That's quite a common name. They lump it forward though. Ekman looks to get there and we block the shot. And the second one ricochets off the woodwork. The header goes wide. I'm fairly sure that was going wide anyway, Asmar. I don't think you really needed to get a hand on that, but... So, alright, we're going to keep this out. We don't even need to keep it out. That was an absolutely woeful bit of control from them. And we maintain our 3-goal lead. Free kick to them then. Bilanovic plays it around to Lindell. These names aren't even hard. I'm just tripping over my words for no reason. Lindell on the ball again. I'm just excited. Adjel. Bergman tries to control it. Djokovic. Asmar saves. Saves again. Oh, it goes in. Asmar's efforts are in vain. But... it has to be said, a goalkeeper I was sceptical about is putting off some very, very good saves. Admittedly, this first one here was straight at him, but this second one was an absolutely wonderful save there. Very quick reaction from him. It's a shame he couldn't, parry it out or something so that we could relieve the pressure and not concede. But, still excellent work from him. You can't be too harsh on the lad. He's rated 2 stars for Christ's sake. But... we are going to make a change. I'm a little bit worried about Anton Olsen with this injury. It's a bit late to bring him off for it to have any effect, but we'll do it anyway. Anton Eriksson can also come off. He's just not having the best game out there, I guess. Like, a 6.8 and a 6.7 is obviously very good, but in the context of this game, it's the lower ratings on the pitch. So that's what I'm going to go with for now. Obviously, we do have 5 substitutions to make, and it's not something I've taken advantage of so far. We just don't have that much depth. If anything lets us down, it may well be that lack of depth this season. But for now... we're doing alright. Throw into us then. Landholm throws up. Standell can't quite get there and Djokovic runs forward. They try for the shot, but it goes wide. They're trying to pile on the pressure here late into the game. Lagerberg lumps it in. Fundo Ryberg heads back to Asmar calmly. And before this goes on, I'm going to make a quick change. I think Gustafsson's going to come on. Who do I take off? Forholm Lemborn's probably a bit more of a goal threat, but I just feel Avdiu's just been absolutely immense out there today. I think he has to stay out. So, pressing forward. I'm going to bring you as a pressing forward on defend. I really just want to lock this down and protect, we don't need to make this dangerous in the last few minutes. There's absolutely no need for it. We've been playing excellent football all game. Let's keep it going that way. So, we look to attack here. Al Jafari to Salahu, Furholm, Lemborn. Can we find more passes? No, we actually give the ball away, but Skoog reclaims, plays it back to Asmar, and we are actually playing... well, we're building it out from the back again, but we are giving the ball away a little bit, which is a bit of a concern. Jonathan Olsen now on the ball, again loses out. Ekman runs forward here. He started at striker, and they have gone 3-2. Now, we don't want to throw this away. It would be absolutely catastrophic to throw this away. The tactics screen isn't working. Skip the replay and see if that fixes it. Yes, I still want to proceed with tactical changes. I want to make more, actually. So, what we are going to do is we're just going to go from a balanced mentality to a positive one, which is a bit more possession retaining. You still try and keep possession of the ball, but you don't try and really force too many attacks. You just try and hold possession and play it up in their half. So, as time ticks away here, this got a little bit testy at the end, to be honest, and very early on in the season I said that our defence may be a little bit of a worry. It's still proving to be a bit of the case, but it's still a 3-2 win. We still had a very good first half, and overall, it was just a poor second half. Now, we managed to retain the win, so I don't want to be too harsh on them. I'm just going to say, I don't know what happened in the second half, but it wasn't acceptable and was disappointing after the first half display. Most of them look pretty reacted pretty positively to that. The only one who didn't, annoyingly, is For Home Lamborn, who is the player who's most upset about my lack of reputation. So that's not great, but I don't think that was a harsh team talk at all, and neither did the majority of the team. You know, you can't say that conceding 2 goals and scoring none in the second half is a good performance. Just unlocked an achievement called Scoring Streak. We've scored in 5 matches in a row, I assume. We've scored in a lot of matches in a row. 10, maybe. If we scored in the last few at Berwick, it may well be 10. So, let me just check that. Yeah, 10 consecutive competitive games. Beautiful. And we maintain our position at top of the league, tied with Savadarlands? I'm sticking with Savadarlands. Every time I read it, I think I'm wrong. But no, it is Savadarlands. 18 points and 11 goal difference. It's going very well. Let's see if we can keep it up in the next match. So here we are then for the game against Vinberg's IF, and we are rolling out with the same team. Now the worry is this knock on Anton Olsen. I don't really know what to do about it because our best replacement for him, they're not that good really. It's either Al Jafari or Jonathan Olsen, then maybe we shuffle things around there. Maybe we just go with Ahmed Al Jafari actually. I'm sure he can do a job for a game. Right? I'll back him. Let's back him. Let's roll with it. Submit the team. Let's get into it before I change my mind. We're playing such... the results are amazing right now. Like, I'm worried to do anything to compromise that. But we do have to worry that, you know, we conceded 2 in the second half of the last game. It's just a bit of a concern, really. But let's say passionately, keep our run going and win this match. Salahu didn't like it this time. That's disappointing. He's normally loving it. He's normally our biggest fan of me saying, let's keep our form going. Didn't like it today. Hopefully, though, he still bags the goals. Goal kick for them, then. Anderson's going to pump it up. And can we get on the end of this? It looks like we can. Landholm claims it. And we are passing it around, looking to try and forge some form of attack. For a home, Lemborn gives it to Eriksson. And out to Landholm on this left-hand side. Can we find a good pass forward? Avdiu is on it, strikes, and hits the bottom right-hand corner. His 4th goal of the season. Salahu with the assist. It came a little bit out of nowhere because it was quite far out and he didn't really strike it with that much power. Like, I didn't know if he was actually playing a through ball or something at the start. It just wasn't a very hard hit. Like, but it did manage to find its way in. Bobbles off the ground before it does so, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. The ball hits the net, and that is what counts. 1-0 up very early into the game. Yet again, we are saying that so much recently. But Bergman to Jonathan Olsen leads another highlight. Goes out wide here, Anton Eriksson. And can we find another goal? Al Jafari, Landholm, Al Jafari again. Can we just... There's no rush. I don't know why I'm trying to rush things here. We play best when we play patiently. Al Jafari may be going a bit too patiently here. But he does manage to give it to Berger, who lumps the ball up. Peterson now on the ball, though. Anderson's going to push it forward. And they are in possession. That was maybe a bit too patient there by Al Jafari. As they look to strike. And Asmar... Oh... Asmar puts an absolutely wonderful save there to stop the first shot, but can't quite keep the second one out. I mean, our defence sort of got beat a little bit easy here, and Anderson takes the strike. Asmar does very well to sort of keep that out, but he can't put it behind and he can't keep hold of it. It means it falls straight back to Anderson, who strikes it again and puts it into the back of the net. A couple of key faults there. Al Jafari sort of just couldn't do anything with the ball. He got chased all the way back into his own half. And yeah, it just sort of led to a bit of a struggle as they are now in possession again. Leviticos their names are difficult, to one of their other players. Oh my god. Thank Christ they missed that, but that was absolutely awful from Fundal Ryberg. We can't be seeing things like that. That's just not good enough for how we've been playing recently. Throw-in then, just before half-time. Al Jafari to Fundal Ryberg. Can we manage to find the lead before the whistle goes? For a home, Lemburn on the ball. Al Jafari, Fundal Ryberg. Can he find a cross? He plays it in. Jonathan Olsen. Pass it across. Salah, who is brought down. Avdiu. Anton Eriksson strikes. We don't need the penalty that wasn't given that definitely should have been, because Anton Eriksson bags his third of the season. We are getting goals from all over the pitch. Jonathan Olsen plays it inside. There is no way you're convincing me that's not a penalty. He didn't get the ball and he tackled him from behind. Absolutely dreadful defending and an awful refereeing decision, but the advantage paid off as we managed to bag the goal to put us in the lead just before half time. It was actually over the allotted time. And it's wonderful. We're back in the lead again. Now, we are having less shots and less shots on target. They're seeming to be quite hard to break down. But we are having a lot of the possession. We're being very patient with it. And we're not forcing anything. And it is leading to our benefit. So, I'm going to say you've played well, but there's still room for improvement. It doesn't get any reaction at all, unfortunately. I was hoping it would just sort of not lead to the same situation as last game. If we concede 2 now and don't score any, we're losing. So, hopefully, we don't do that. Corner to them then. Nordstrom's going to put it in. Fanny takes. Headed out by Landholm. They strike and it ricochets in off the bar. Anderson bagging his second of the game. Only his third of the season. We did well to stop the first one going in, to be fair. Landholm heading it off the bar here from the header from Fanny. And... or off of the line, sorry, not off of the bar. So the strike there, though, is good. Very barely over the line, but Asmar can't quite keep it out. And... they equalise at 2-2, and they have another corner here. Nordstrom puts it in. They head around. We just about manage to get the ball out of the box, but they distribute it back inside. Thomason strikes. It hits the post, claimed by Asmar. We need to start mounting some attacks, and we need to start doing it now. We have a corner here then. Al Jafari is going to put it in. And Anton Eriksson runs into the box, makes an absolute beeline for the ball. Bags his second goal of the game for... is that 2 games in a row he's done that now? As he heads in on the near post, or on the far post, sorry, straight over the head of the defender there. And it puts us back in the lead at 3-2. Our midfield is so good at grabbing these goals. We've seen Avdiu grab quite a few. Eriksson and the Olsens have grabbed a couple as well between them. Now, we are going to make a change, and I am going to actually bring on Anton Olsen if I actually remember to go into the tactics screen where you do these things. Not quite sure how that one passed me by. He's got an injury, so it's not exactly a safe substitution, but he's still at a higher fitness level than pretty much everyone else on the pitch at this point. And I've just got a bit more faith in him than in Al Jafari. I don't really want to change too much else, but Froholm Lemborn is not having the game of his life. Let's go with Gustafsson here and go back to this 4-3-1-2, which I really need to get set up as a second formation, really. I shouldn't keep doing it like this. It stops players building familiarity. But let's go with him as a pressing forward on support, because we still want to be looking for a goal here. There's still 26 minutes to play. We can't go full defensive mode yet, but hopefully this does just stop us. You know, it presses the ball, makes them make a few stupid passes from their own goal kicks, things like that. Skoog absolutely lumps it up. Gustafsson's on the end of it. That pass to Salahu was completely open and Gustafsson selfishly shot. We should be 4-2 up right now, but Gustafsson there, arguably making a bit of an error. Olsen, though, out to Landholm. That just faded out while we were on an attack. Bit annoying there. Gustafsson literally had the easiest pass of his life to get an assist and chose to shoot instead, which is quite disappointing. Anton Eriksson looks to play through Salahu as he is brought down. Martinson picks up his second yellow card and gets himself sent off. So, with 5 minutes added time, they are on an attack as, well, Skoog brings down Leviticos, and you've got to argue there that that was the right choice. Now, is this going to take us to the substitution screen automatically? It is. Hugo Nilsson, then, is going to be the man to come on. And I think Anton Eriksson, it might be... Actually, maybe Avdiu. Yeah, Avdiu's going to come off. And I'm going to drop a couple of players back here. It's a bit late to really be fishing for a securing goal. I'm just going to go a bit more defensive. I'm going to bring you back to a defensive pressing forward as well. And hopefully this is enough to see out the last 5 minutes of this game. We don't even see the free kick they got from that. And as 5 minutes passes by, well, we're deep into the added time. We scored here in obviously the first half. Anderson goes for a cross. He was offside. And hopefully this is full time. And it is another 3-2 win. But this time it was more of a comeback from us. They took the lead and we managed to fight our way. Oh no, wait, they equalised, right? Yeah, they equalised early into the second half and we managed to fight for that extra win. Anton Eriksson and Avdiu providing the goals. And there's so much about this team right now that I am so happy with. There's such a contribution from everybody. Salahu didn't even score that game, despite scoring 9 so far in the league this season. Even when he doesn't score, we managed to put 3 goals into the net, which is enough to see out the win, which is absolutely beautiful. And more so than just that, everyone on the team is contributing so much in just a general way. So as you can see here from the goals, I think this is all on the screen. Let me just get Anton Olsen back into the side. Despite the fact he hasn't contributed with a goal yet, you can see here, just look at this sea of ratings. It's absolutely beautiful. But then also, like I said, the goals. 9 from Salahu is obviously the highlight, but 2 from Forholm Lemborn, 4 from Avdiu, 4 from Eriksson, 1 from Jonathan Olsen. And then the assists as well. Skoog on 2 from those crosses he's been whipping in is very nice to see. 3 from Fundel Ryberg and 2 from Landholm too. It's all just going very, very well. Arguably, maybe a little bit too well. You know, you've got to wonder if this is going to come crashing down at some point. And with Skoog picking up a suspension, that's not a great sign, to be fair. It'll probably be Nilsson who slots in for him, you've got to imagine. Now, it's not the end of the world. Remember the first game of the season, we managed to pull out a win there without Skoog. He was suspended for that game. So you've got to imagine we shouldn't be too bad. Anton Olsen will also be back for the next match, which is obviously a positive. He's played very, very well so far this season. Overall, I'm just absolutely ecstatic with the way that we're playing, and I'm hoping you're enjoying it too. So, if you want to see more of it, the video for tomorrow will be going up at 5:30, as it does every single day, or you can use the subscribe button to get into your feed. Please leave any feedbacks in the comments below. I really love seeing what you have to say about how this is going, or your general opinion on things. And yeah, I hope you have a great night.